Yellow Jacket and dog fans and those people that like that guy. Welcome to another double episode of Up with the White and Gold and Hunker Down. We decided to combine them again this week because, well, they just come off playing each other, or if you watch the game, they at least both showed up to the same stadium dressed in their appropriate attire. We'll get more into
Yeah.
that in a minute, but first, of course, I'm Jeremy York. He is Jake Skinner. Haven't seen you since Saturday, so how are you, bud?
D- Pretty dang good. Busy week already, but it's about to get busier.
Exactly. And I would say that I know we had a good time on our excursion. We kind of took the show on the road a little bit and went and visited some of our fan base and some of our people and a lot of other people who have no idea we do either one of these shows. But we had a good time and had a really fun time on Saturday, but can't say the same for either team, either fan base, or anybody
Mm-mm.
that might have been associated with this game. Because to me, I will broad statement it. I will let you dig into what you're going to, and we'll just kind of chime in back and forth there. Um, it looked to me that neither offense really could get going. It wasn't because of great defense; just neither offense could get going. And there was some good defensive stops here or there, but for the most part, Georgia was just better, and they just basically outlasted Tech and said, "Well, we know you can't outscore us now, so we're just going to keep doing what we're doing."
Yeah, I'll counter that to say that Georgia's defense actually had a very stand-up day. I watched most of the game, most of it on my cell phone while we were playing some video games and watching TV and stuff. But from what I can tell, Georgia's actually was after the quarterback, didn't let him do anything, didn't let him run. Like you couldn't stop you couldn't stop. Tech couldn't do anything. Like they threw the ball for 181, they ran for 69, but I mean, they took away the biggest part of the offense in Haynes King, who was 200 and what's that? 220 yards of their offense. No, excuse me. Yeah, 220 yards of their
Um,
offense, and they only had 30 yards
okay.
outside of him. If that
Yeah.
tells you how, so like he accounted for everything, which he does. So Georgia planned for it. What
Well,
Georgia did
I
not
mean, that's
plan.
what I said though on the lead up. Remembers, I said you have to find somebody to rush and at least get 60, 80 yards on their own. You can't let Haynes King do both. And instead, they just kind of doubled down and said, "Haynes, we need you to fix it." And he's like, "I can't. It's too much."
Yeah, yeah, I get it. It's they did it, and they kept Jamal Haynes from doing anything too. But I don't think any Georgia fan, myself included, had Gunnar Stockton going 11 of 21 for 70 yards total. He averaged
I was reading that stat
3.3
like that can't
yards.
be right.
He averaged 3.3 yards per attempt. One touchdown, one pick, and I mean, outside of Zach Branch's 24-yard catch, they barely had 10 yards to throw. Running the ball, they had great success. I mean, 46 carries, 190 yards. Can't ask for too much more, but the problem is most of that yardage came on one player. You take him away and Nate Frazier, and all of a sudden you're looking at, oh, we only ran 30 times for a grand total of what? 70 something yards. So 140 yards of offense if it wasn't for Nate Frazier.
I mean,
Uh,
he is one half of the NXT tag team Fraxium, so I mean, he's a good athlete. But I
yeah,
mean, I guess he's just tired from wrestling this week to run the ball for the Bulldogs. So I mean, I'll
must
give
be.
him that pass.
He did good, but the problem right now is I didn't like the fact that we were running Josh McCray, who is basically a fullback. He came from Illinois. He just doesn't have the speed to go with the Thunder, and we
Oh,
keep running him outside so between the tackles. But when we run between the tackles, we can't get a hole big enough because he can't
yep.
wiggle. So it was downhill. Um, defense,
Well,
like
the
I said,
best
defensively,
example of that, over the years, for people who don't understand the Thunder Lightning thing, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the most effective. Mike Allstott was a bulldozer, and they had a cheetah in Warwick Dunn. So, did Warwick Dunn run up the middle? No, he was your outside guy. Even if you knew he got the ball, he was going outside. Mike Allstott was coming over the top of you, and
yeah,
they just would just beat you up either way.
yeah, exactly. They did what they had to do. It's like Auburn when they had Cadillac and
Yeah.
Ronnie Brown. Like you could not stop
Hmm.
the Thunder and Lightning. Reggie Bush and Lindale White
Leno
back in the
White.
day. Like,
Yep.
yeah, that was one of the best ones. Georgia tried to do that a little bit, but just they don't have a Thunder back this year that can handle the load that's healthy. Um, but anyway, defensively, Ellis Robinson had a massive pick late in the game, which I mean, he came off his defender, went up in the air, caught it, and just I stood there going, all right, about time we let
It
him
was
play
impressive.
right.
Yeah, it was
Very
impressive.
impressive. Woodring had a good game with his 3 kicks.
Hmm.
Thorson, 50-yard average with a long of 61.
The few
Not
times they did
complaining.
punt, that thing just stayed in the air like it was like somebody caught it with a net and just hung on to it. You just like,
Hmm.
I don't know if it's going to come down.
Yeah, you just watched him and you're just constantly wondering what's going to happen. But that being said, close the door on the regular season, 11-1. I didn't think that they would make it to this point. I figured 2 to 3 losses, so I'm happy to be wrong.
I
But
was thinking
now,
10-2. Yeah.
yep, you're thinking 10-2. So now Georgia goes to Atlanta as the number 3 ranked team in the country in the playoff to play
You mean
Alabama, who's number 9.
they just stay
Yeah,
there?
yeah, we just stay there. They're going to be playing in the yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be back in the dome, taking on Alabama. So this for all the SEC marbles, I was pulling for Auburn, and they had a moment of winning,
They
and
did.
I could not believe that Texas actually pulled it out against Texas A&M. Because I tell you right now, Georgia versus Texas A&M, that's a blowout for for Georgia, based
One day
on
we're going to
what
figure
we
out how
saw.
to run the tape back, and one of us last week outlined exactly how Texas was going to win, and they actually did. So thank you,
Yeah.
Texas, for watching the show because I outlined the exact way how to beat them.
Yeah, you got it right. So, I mean, congrats to Texas on at least making their season feel better. But
Wait, this looks way better right here.
there you go. There you go.
That's a
But
mistake.
yeah, now Georgia's got to play mighty Alabama. There is a
Yeah.
1.1% difference to them, and I think the
Wow.
I forgot what the numbers were, but the odds were like very like it's a -2 or -3 to win. I
And I
forgot the
said
exact numbers, point
you guys
spread.
get the 4 o'clock too, which I think is the better spot. I love the 4 o'clock window.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm ready to see this game. It's at 1.5, Georgia by 1.5 is what is the spread right now.
Is that what it is? Let me look.
Yeah.
I got -2.5 on ESPN Sportsbook that are powered by DraftKings.
Oh yeah, that's the new one. This article was from a few days ago, so excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, we're
Um,
looking -2.5 to UGA and over under at 47.5.
I'd
I
rather
will tell you right
Alabama.
now, take the over.
I'd rather have Alabama be the favorite to win, honestly.
Yep.
Uh, Going into this after the last game, and I'll go ahead and talk to this real quick because I know we got a couple minutes before the timer starts kicking in. Because this is a short episode, everybody, because we both were like, eh.
There's
Um,
not a lot to say because either you
there's
watched
not.
it and you know, or you didn't watch it and you know.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is between the news of we're gonna play Alabama and most Georgia fans are not happy about it. And then Jared Curtis, the number 1 quarterback, flipping to Vanderbilt today. It's about how we're
Good
feeling.
for, good for him.
This is fine.
Wasn't there another one at the beginning of the year or during the summer or late last year or something we talked about? And Rayola, that was it.
Yeah.
And to start with, everybody was like, "Oh no!" I mean, did I mean it's a good thing he's going to be in New York to get that Heisman this year for that bang up year he had. Wait, I only heard his
He's not
name when
there.
you mentioned it to me 10 minutes ago. Like
Yeah, it's
I
Georgia
think it
is gonna be
worked out.
fine. It sucks. It always
You were
sucks
way better
whenever.
than Stockton this year.
Yeah, it the big thing is what's I pull this up. What someone said is like, yeah, it sucks that Georgia's losing a talented quarterback because I'd like to see what I said all year long, the number 1 or top 3 quarterback be at Georgia with all the weapons we finally have around us, and not, no offense to Stet, no offense to Gunner, but having that top flight quarterback for once, and not, for you want to see it's having the most talented guy on the field be your quarterback with everyone else who's even more talented. You can't go wrong with that. But we don't have that option. He's
No,
leaving. The big thing I will say based on that is apparently Raiola is still followed by Kirby Smart on all socials. Guess who's not already? Jared Curtis. I think Kirby's lining this one up for because Vanderbilt. I think Vandy comes to Athens next year, and this all boils down to this kid wanting to be the day 1 starter and not fight for a position because he just wants to be it. Big fish, small pond. and wants. I don't blame him for choosing Vandy in the sense of
Yeah,
building that, but
good for that.
Vandy's about to go through a rebuild.
I tell everybody that, like I said, when I used to cover Georgia State and Kennesaw State, and I would end up at all kinds of different games, even the Celebration Bowl, I would get parents and high school kids, sometimes college, but most of the time either high school athletes or their parents say, "Well, you got some good advice for my kid?" One of the main things I would tell them, I said, "Look, football's football. Go somewhere where it feels right. It feels good to be there. You like the situation you're in. Maybe you got to work for something more." But I said, don't just go in because it's the popular choice or mom or dad said I should go here. No, go somewhere that feels right. And if it doesn't feel right, don't go there because you can play football anywhere. Go where
Hmm.
you're wanted and where you want to be like that. And that's, if he feels that Vanderbilt's it, if Georgia always needs defensive backs anyway. But if that safety Keelan Jones that flipped from Georgia to Georgia Tech over the weekend, he felt better and he felt more at home by going to Tech. So
Yeah,
instead of being miserable at Georgia and not playing his best, if you feel better at Tech, go
yeah,
play at Tech. If you feel better at North
yeah.
Dakota State, then go there.
I don't knock anyone who chooses best for their career, but the issue
Right.
I have is when this isn't even about money. Okay, but the problem
At
I will
least
say
that isn't.
this,
Yeah.
a lot of it is that up until today, there were rumors of it happening, but apparently, according to what I've been hearing, Kirby and Bobo and staff were told as of this morning almost. I asked Coach, I'm coming to Georgia. I'm not changing my mind. I'm sold. But the whole time he's been planning and setting seeds for it. And apparently yesterday Pavia came out and said, no, he's already committing. It's happening tomorrow, or it's happening. That says a lot of, like, no offense to the kid,
Sure.
but that says a lot. And I mean, hey, good luck to you. Have fun being the big fish in the small pond. And again, this is fine. It may things maybe feel on fire, but we're going to move forward.
Well,
The
I mean,
Bama game.
think of it this
Oh
way:
yeah.
if go ahead, Georgia fans, and circle on your calendar Vanderbilt. I don't know what day, we don't know what day yet, but just circle that game because if you ever wanted to see Kirby Smart actually run the score up on somebody, it's going to be against Vanderbilt, especially if they come to Athens, and because he's going to look at the sideline the whole time and go, "Still like it over there? Watch this, score again. Still like it? Score again. Still
I can
like it?
tell you right
Score
now,
again."
Georgia's probably about to blitz the crap out of Vanderbilt that game. They're gonna make sure
Oh yeah.
Jared Curtis feels you could have come here, but look what you did. But
Yep.
going forward to the Bama game,
Well, before we
I
get
don't
into
know what
that,
more to say.
real
Oh yeah,
quickly, we have to talk on Tech just
oh
a
yeah.
minute and where they sit. I'll
Nah,
be talking about I'll be talking about them the next couple weeks. It will be very short shows because
you're good.
now it's just bowl projections and it's just where in the world are they going to land. We're not even going to get into that tonight. But I will say this for people who are not aware of either of these situations, for as much as Alabama is in Georgia's head, Georgia is in Georgia Tech's head. And it's
Hmm.
Georgia Tech had this year and last year, they should have won both of these games and could have won both of these games and couldn't pull it out. They just cannot get Big Brother out of their head. They have got to change something about that. I think that is going
Hmm.
to fuel them more next year. They are going to power up even more. But down the stretch, they just took a dive, and they have got to figure out how to keep the engine running the whole way.
True. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like seeing what Tech does when they get to, what they can do going forward. Losing their
Yeah,
like how they're going to adjust if they keep Faulkner at coordinator. Still like him to come to Georgia, but I think we're pretty set with who we have. So
yeah,
it's going to be fun to watch what happens going forward.
sure.
But yeah, now we're on to championship week.
Yep.
Quite a few good games. I honestly don't think we need to spend too much time talking about this game because we've already gone over it once before this year. It's the same thing. The difference is Georgia's defense is actually better this time around, and Alabama's passing game has not been what it was in previously. Their running game is the only thing they've got going for them, and Georgia tends to stop the running game decently. So, but who knows if Georgia's going to overdo things? And I'll say that Georgia needs to get out of their own head, play their game of football, make
Mm-hmm.
sure that Bama's schedule on that schedule every time they know they're going to play them, even if it's going to be the SEC title game, be practicing for them all the time. Um,
Exactly.
Georgia might be the standard now, but Bama was get out of your own head. And when there's opportunities, you take them. Don't drop easy catches for touchdowns. Like we saw the last game. Don't overthink
Yeah.
the play calling. Don't overthink anything. Just go out there and play your game. But before we get to the picking the Georgia Alabama game, do you want to just kind of go over and there's only what 9 games being played Saturday, so Friday and
Yeah,
Saturday.
I was about
So
to say we can
I'll say let's hit
real
them all.
quickly rifle through them. I was just trying to find one bit of information first. That's his name. Okay, couldn't remember the guy I was going to talk about in a minute. All right, yeah. I mean, I've got them all pulled up, or
Yeah.
I've got them all pulled up. Let's just go all the way down them. We will obviously save Georgia, Alabama for the
Yep.
end. All
So
right.
Troy at James Madison for
Yep.
forget which that's not
Sun
Conference
Belt.
USA, that's Sun Belt. Yeah.
That's the Sun Belt. I am very familiar with the Sun Belt.
I'm gonna take
I'm very
JMU.
well.
Their coach is leaving for UCLA. But
Is
I
he
still
coaching
think
in
that
this?
I don't see why he wouldn't be. I haven't heard anything yet, but
Well, almost
uh,
everybody that's moving to a different team next year, coach wise, is not
yeah.
coaching a championship and or the bowl game. So I assume maybe he had moved already.
Let's see. Let's see if the coaching
While you're
comes
looking
back.
that up, I will take the Troy Trojans, mostly because I've been to their stadium and it is really cool, and it is about the only thing out in the middle of a cow pasture, but it's really cool to go to. And
Okay.
any Sun Belt matchup is a toss up almost every time they line up because
Yeah,
they're just all about even on any given day.
true. He is coaching, so I'll take JMU on this one. Then it's at the same time we have Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State. I don't know that Jerry Mack's going to still be there.
Nope, gone.
Gone.
He's not even in town right now, I don't think.
Let me just go ahead and have Kennesaw State anyway because they're going to want to play for something to show that they don't need him.
That's who I'm going with. Not
All
just because I
right.
went there for 5 semesters and not because I covered them, but because uh, screw that
Yeah.
guy. Nothing
Well,
personal. Hey,
to be
hey,
fair,
great. It's a great opportunity for him. He did so great. I hope he does good things. But
mhm.
as somebody who covered and really saw this team go through the ringer, and he was the savior that flipped him around in one year, and then now he's gone out of nowhere. Yeah, screw that guy.
Fair enough. I will go ahead and say I currently attend Kennesaw State, so yeah, I'm pulling for the Owls. Then at ABC is North Texas, number 24 against number 22 Lane. I'm taking the Green Wave all day on that one.
Um,
Actually, no, I shouldn't take Tulane. I should be taking North Texas because they've had a heck of a year.
I'm taking North Texas because they
I'll
are
take
Pro
Tulane.
Wrestler University. There are about 20 professional wrestlers who have attended North Texas and go North Texas.
Yeah, I'll take Tulane to be different on that one. Boise
UNLV
State.
versus Boise
Yep,
State for the Mountain West. I know who I picked in this one already.
Boise.
I'll tell you UNLV because I don't want Boise State to win.
I have to take Boise State.
I
Uh,
don't. I don't.
yeah.
So I'll take their opponent.
Yeah, I'll take Boise State in this one. BYU
Now we're
is
to
number 11.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, BYU and Texas Tech.
This
That's
could
gonna be a fun
impact
one.
the playoff,
Very well, because both teams are lined up. Texas Tech loses, they're still in. BYU
but the
loses, they're
scores are a
out.
lot lower. Well, correct. More than likely.
Give me
Um,
Texas Tech. Their offense has just been too good.
yeah, I think they're too good. I think they are one of the better teams
hmm
in the college football. There we go.
By the way, this is a rematch too. They played on the 8th, and it was a 29-7 win for Texas Tech.
Okay, interesting. But I'll take Texas Tech. Give me Red Raiders, right?
Yep,
The Fighting Patrick Mahomes.
fighting Patrick Mahomes.
There you go. Miami of Ohio, the Fighting Ben Roethlisbergers, for what that's worth, versus Western Michigan for the MAC. I don't know why they're playing this on a Saturday. This should have been a Wednesday night game.
It could have been.
A
This
Tuesday.
is the second meeting between them. Western Michigan
Mm-hmm.
lost to Miami last time, 26-17. All things being a toss-up, go Broncos.
Which one are those?
Western Michigan.
Okay, because I'm taking Miami of Ohio, and I didn't think they were the Broncos, but it confused me because they could have both been the Broncos.
Fair enough.
Um, in quite possibly one of the craziest matchups you could ever get. Number one, those guys are hosting number two Indiana for the Big Ten championship. That's the 8 o'clock Fox game. That's the premier game outside of Georgia, Alabama. Those are the two games you should absolutely watch.
Hmm. I mean, I'm
Uh,
looking at the schedule between them just to see, um, like if there was, like I'm looking here to see if they have anything that's lined up against each other, and it's not a lot, but they both played Penn State. Penn State got blown out by Ohio State, but they played, this game's a toss-up. I want to see the underdog win. I'd like to see Indiana win it just for the fun of it. I don't know that they're a title winning team this year. I don't think
mhm.
they are. But I'll take them just for the sake of being different.
Yeah, because I hate it, but they're the number one team in the league this year, and I think Ohio State wins at home. They're really hard to beat in the horseshoe. Take it from the team that I like the most. This was the first time since COVID that we did not beat Ohio State. I'm gonna throw that out there. Appreciate that. Ohio State fans told me that stat. I appreciate those amazing stats. Ohio State should honestly run the table all the way and hoist another trophy.
More than likely. Um, moving next, our next game, ACC title game, Duke at Virginia. They have played before, and
Duke
Virginia,
snuck in there too.
that Duke snuck in there barely. Duke has better stats, but they are just not playing great. Like I said, they lost already once. Give me Virginia. Virginia wins the SEC, I mean, ACC title. They might sneak into the 12th spot, provided some teams
And
drop.
I mean, well, if they win the ACC, they're in. There's a spot for the
Yeah,
ACC champion in there.
true.
And depending on who they face, they could wreck somebody early on. I don't think they're going to go real far, but yeah, give me Virginia Cavaliers, right? All right, Virginia
Yeah.
Cavaliers.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're just too good. I don't think Duke's got enough to go against them.
Yeah. All right.
With 2 minutes to go,
We're cutting it close. 2 minute, yeah, 2 minute drill. Georgia at Alabama, 4 p.m. We all know what's going down. Give me your take and what your score is.
it's going to pain a lot of people because I picked Georgia majority of this year, but I do not think you're going to beat Alabama again. I think they're still in your head. I want to be wrong, just the same way I want them to lose every dang game they ever play. I want Alabama to lose this game. I just cannot, in my head, convince myself otherwise until I see it. Now, Georgia wants to show up and show me that I'm wrong and that you can finally beat Big Brother. Great. Until then, um, 31-24 Alabama. Ty Simpson looks like an MVP candidate or a Heisman candidate and probably gets drafted pretty high.
I think he still has another year to go,
Maybe.
maybe. But
Whenever he comes out, he's the top
yeah,
quarterback.
love my dogs. Picked them before. They lost by three. This time around, they actually have a defense that I think could stop Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
But history, and then the offense has been great until last game. So who knows if
Mm-hmm.
they'll be able to come back around? Um, Alabama wins by at least two touchdowns.
Wow. I did one touchdown. You did two. Give me a score. I gave a score.
Georgia scores 21 and a field goal. And I think Alabama goes 38 and wins like on a last second, like within the last few minutes to seal the game. Gunner
Mm.
throws a like a pick six or something with little time left. I hate to say that. I want Georgia to win, and I'll be happy to be wrong. But
Yep.
until they actually beat Alabama in a non-national title game, I'm sorry, but I can't, Kirby's 1-7. At what point am I going to quit picking Georgia to win these games? Because they're just not going to do it. So
That's
I
my point.
am
Prove it.
I'm going away from the dogs on this one. And hey, we got 15 seconds left.
We do. I'm watching the timer. So this has been another great edition of Up with the White and Gold and Hunker Down for Jake Skinner. I am Jeremy York. Shout out to local ties, and we will see you guys later. Deuces, gooses. Well, go watch football.